You are very, very, very special. Your life is a miracle. The number of protons when the universe was created was about 10 to the power 80. If the universe had been created with one less proton or one more proton, you would not be here. I would not be here. There may or may not have been an Earth, and other humans may have been here, but not us. So this is like sort of a butterfly effect, which stretches over 14 billion years. So the universe was created, and here we are 14 billion years later, and we are here because the universe was created in a very, very, very special manner, which gave birth to us after 14 billion years. So we sometimes look at the night sky and we are overawed by the magnificence and the scale of the universe, and we think of all these stars and all these galaxies which are there, and we think of us as being this tiny speck in this massive universe, and then we think that we are not that significant. However, this massive universe was created in this very special way, which gave us birth. One other way you can think of this event, this unique event, which was your birth, being so special, is that you think about the number of eggs your mother has, and they were about 1 million eggs. And your father had about 500 billion sperms over his lifetime. And you were the product of one specific egg and one specific sperm. So the probability of that happening, that one specific egg and one specific sperm getting together to produce a baby, is about 1 in 10 to the power 17. And that is not only true for your birth, it is also true for the birth of your parents and your grandparents and their parents and so on. So you look at the probability of this chain of births which led to your birth, and that probability is like 1 in 10 to the power 170 or much larger than that. The probability is much smaller than that. The denominator is much larger than that. So you think that you'd be lucky if you won the lotto, but you have already won 1 million lottos in a sequence. And that is that you were born. And not somebody else was born instead of you. Now think of all these other people who may have been born as being your shadow alternate humans. So if instead of you, a different sperm and a different egg were combined to give rise to a different individual, then you would have been the shadow alternate human rather than those who were not born being the shadow alternate humans. So the number of these shadow alternate humans is, again, a very large number. And each of your shadow alternate humans, if they had been born instead of you, would have thought differently, felt differently, loved differently, lived differently, and they would not have been you. But you are the one who was chosen. You are the one who was chosen to be given life. So imagine that you're standing on a beach and you pick up a handful of sand and then take a little, like one speck of sand, and that is you. And the rest of the grains of sand which are left behind are your shadow alternate humans. In fact, the shadow alternate humans are like grains not only in your hand, but on all the beaches of the world. And you are that one grain out of these countless grains of sand which was chosen to be given life. So the Creator, that's different people think of think differently of this idea of the Creator. So the Creator who created the universe and gave us life, gave us a life of wonderful opportunities. And you have a responsibility to the countless number of shadow alternate humans who were not born, but instead you are the one chosen to be born. And your responsibility is not that you suffer or you have to make this great effort. Your responsibility simply is to live a good life. So adopt a constructive life that builds rather than wastes time in conflicts. Find your community that has the goals whose success you want to contribute to. Help your community that will provide you the environment for a good life, the opportunity for achieving something great, and doing your duty to humanity and other life. Work for a good life by strengthening yourself, your family, your community, and humanity. Hey Nirbhay, Tomari joy. Hey fearless, victory is yours. Your life is very, very, very special. Don't waste it, make it count. Be a part of something great.